Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We have got a great show today.
Favorite guest in studio.
There you go.
You have to.
And very inspiring.
Yeah.
Very inspiring folks in the studio here with us. Jacqueline Barnett and Alyssa Huey are here with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, man. Helping people all over the place. Live their dreams.
Absolutely.
It's very, very cool. And Chris Shee is also joining us here this afternoon to talk about how the whole Make-A-Wish got on his radar.
Wait till you hear this story. Yeah.
Yeah, and how he's getting involved. It's really, really cool. So we are thankful to have everybody in here in studio with us today. And can't wait to get into this conversation.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be a good one.
Something fresh for us. This is nice.
Yeah. We will start by telling you about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. We are big fans of Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're celebrating 75 years here in St. Augustine in Northeast Florida. They are here for you and your family. You can experience an extensive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, quick and quality servicing, and an amazing parts and accessory shop as well. They've got that quick lane if you just need to pop in and out on your lunch break. Make sure you grab a signature burger out there at Ford's Garage while you are there. They offer services from home delivery to company fleet servicing and just about everything in between, expanding a lot of those services every day as well. At Bozard Ford Lincoln, your family is their family, and they are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group. Over 300 companies and organizations trust the Bailey Group to carefully craft a benefits program that supports and reflects their vision. Because no matter where you want to go in life, they want to help you get there together. Their first priority is helping you take care of yourself and your family. They want to do things like learn more about your personal situation, identify your dreams and goals. Importantly as well, find out what your risk tolerance is.
Yeah.
Long-term relationships that encourage open and honest communication have always been the cornerstone of their foundation of success. Give them a call. Let them do all that and more for you. 904-461-1800. And then, of course, our friends at Elace Med Spa. If you're looking for a relaxing and I told you to be less creepy with this one, David.
I can't help it. I just want to be creepy here. Insert creep. Sorry, Greg.
It's very relaxing. Look no further than Elace Med Spa, formerly Amara Med Spa. At Elace, they specialize in providing their clients with a range of luxurious spa treatments and advanced medical aesthetic procedures. Whether you're looking to unwind with a hydrofacial or enhance your natural beauty with things like laser treatments, dermal fillers, body contouring, Botox treatments, they do it all. Their expert staff will work with you to develop a personalized treatment plan tailored to your unique needs and goals. And check out those memberships on their websites.
That's the way to do it.
As well. That's going to save you some money in the long run. It's very, very great program out there at Elace Med Spa because you have high standards and so do they.
Beautiful.
I even got Butch on. I dropped the tone and everything.
Okay.
I did good.
That was good.
Smell his coffee cup, please.
What is in there this afternoon? Whoa, okay.
Play for me.
He starts at 1 o'clock. There you go. All right. Got some great folks in studio here today. Jacqueline, Alyssa, Chris, how y'all doing this afternoon?
Awesome.
Great. Yeah.
Good. So, Chris, I want to start with you.
Okay.
You had a recent experience with a Make-A-Wish child that got to meet Trevor Lawrence, I think, up there in Jacksonville.
That's right.
And this really touched you. Talk about this experience.
So we were honored to be a supporter of the Make-A-Wish Gala that happened end of last year. And Make-A-Wish called and asked if we wanted to see an actual wish take place. So we were... It was an amazing opportunity. My wife and I went and met with the staff of Make-A-Wish at the Jaguars practice arena.
Sure.
And it was the day before the playoff game. So it was like super confidential, super blocked off. Nobody could get close.
Wow.
And so we got to hang out inside and see all the players come in and out and the coach and all. But this kid, his wish, he lived in Texas. His wish was to meet Trevor Lawrence.
Wow.
So we were hanging out with the kid. We got to meet the family, and there was a lot of excitement building up. And then here comes Trevor walking out. He's a big dude, by the way.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude. So he comes out, and this kid, his smile is 5 feet wide, and Trevor hands him this shoebox. And you know how they do cleats for a cause? Have you ever seen that, where the NFL
yes.
players will paint their shoes, and it'll be for an organization. Well, he had the same artist that paints his cleats paint a pair of shoes for this kid in this kid's size.
Wow.
And so that was amazing. Then he had all this Jaguar paraphernalia that he gave the child, and then they were going to take him to lunch inside the practice facility, and I think the coach was there too. But they were just so gracious in the way that they welcomed him. And then the icing on the cake is when they were having lunch, they gave the kid and his family Super Bowl tickets.
Wow.
So
how cool.
it is so awesome. But
So it's not like a 10-minute meeting. This was like an old
oh yeah, it was
experience.
probably 2
experience,
hours.
yeah.
And he got to go on the field, on the practice field. And after they got done, every single player stood in a line and walked by this kid and shook his hand.
So cool.
That's
and here's
really
here's a kid that not only was he faced with a debilitating disease of some form of cancer, I think it was blood cancer, but his mom had just passed away like 6 months prior. I mean, it was everything that could be dropped on this kid was dropped on this kid. And that's what Make-A-Wish does, is they take situations like this where the kids and their family their life revolves around doctor's appointments and prayers, and we don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. And they give them some grace and an opportunity to just be a kid and be a family and have fun. And all of that I just told you about Trevor Lawrence, that was all orchestrated by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And, how can you not want to get involved in a mission like that? It's amazing.
Yeah. That must have really, I mean, obviously you were a supporter. It's something you were passionate about, but that must have really changed your perspective just to see it firsthand.
No question. And when Make-A-Wish first approached me last year about doing a sponsorship, it was a no-brainer. We give kids and women are where our philanthropy goes mostly. But on top of that, my cousin's son was granted a wish back probably 9 or 10 years ago. He's wheelchair bound, has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. And he's an amazing kid. And his dream was to go out to San Diego to the zoo, and they granted this whole family the opportunity to go do that. So it's close to my family, but it's just one heck of an organization. So it's one that is now on the pedestal of some of the greatest ones we give to.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So Jacqueline, Alyssa, talk to me about how y'all got started with Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, I started in college. I started volunteering with them through some fraternity and sorority work, and then I interned with them, and I just fell in love. I fell in love with fundraising a lot because what I love so much is meeting people like Chris. You know, it's very rare that you get to have a job where you go meet with people on something where you can encourage them to give back to the community. It could be a sales tactic, but at the same time, it's like seeing someone like Chris light up and talk about his experience watching a Wish Kid is what I feel passionate about. And so I strive to give more people that opportunity, all while giving the kids the opportunity too. So that's what got me into nonprofit and specifically Make-A-Wish. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I grew up in Colorado, and somebody on my dance team was diagnosed with a terminal cancer, and they ended up being our Wish Kid at our high school. And so we spent a whole week fundraising in benefit of him and his family. And he ended up passing away, and our dance studio just adopted the Make-A-Wish mission. And so when I graduated college and moved to Jacksonville, I was really grateful to just be able to join a team and do something that honored not only somebody that I knew, but tons of families in the area.
And something you already knew, like how the cadence of Make-A-Wish works.
Yeah.
But tell me the extraordinary story. Tell us the extraordinary story of Make-A-Wish. How did it all start?
Yeah, so in 1980, so we were celebrating our, as an enterprise, 44 years, a woman named Linda Pauling, her son, was diagnosed with cancer, and he did not have a good prognosis. So he just had a few weeks to months to live at the time that he started to decline, and her community kind of rallied behind her and said, how can we help give him a really great day through this difficult time when we kind of know how the end will be? And, in the 80s, medical care was a little bit different for those types of cancers. So the community got behind him, and he said, I think I want to be a police officer for a day. And he got to go meet with the sheriff's department, the state troopers. He went in a helicopter, rode in the cars. They had a little parade for him. And a few days later, he passed. So I love the story she tells, which we can give you the link. But she shares, when we got home from that funeral, we all sat around with these sheriff officers and some community members who were really heavily involved and said, how can we make sure more kids have this experience? So they emptied their coin purses in 1980, and they had $37 to start the foundation bank account. And that's where it went from there. And
That's
it just,
incredible.
it started in Phoenix, Arizona, and then it expanded all throughout the United States. And so there's 59 chapters throughout, and then there's, over 40 affiliates across the globe now.
Wow.
I love that, because a lot of people think, I really want to help, but I don't have the money to do it. All you need is a dream and a good cause, and you find a way. You can find a way to do it. I absolutely love that. So we kind of have the overview. A lot of people kind of understand the overview of Make-A-Wish, but what does the mission look like here locally and in Northeast Florida?
Yeah. The mission of the organization is to grant life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. So a lot of times there is a bit of a misconception that all of the children are terminal. So sometimes we have parents like, oh no, my child doesn't need a wish because, their outcome is more positive. But it's more than just the outcome being positive. It's that kid is going through something so hard that no kid should have to go through. They're growing up way too fast. They're dealing with things that most adults can barely handle. So where we come in is we give that child hope to continue the fight to have that positive outcome. There's a lot of studies that show us how the wish can be part of the treatment process. And so, we hear so many parents say like, oh, my kid was fighting to go to therapy. They didn't want to go to chemo today, but knowing that they had this wish trip planned at the end of the month and that they had to get through to go on their trip is what got them through. And so that's where we come in. We give them hope. We give them the strength. We like to think we're a part of the healing process for that family too. It's healing for the siblings and the parents as well to be a part of it.
And each wish is partnered with the medical professionals. So like they really kind of see the outcome is going to be a positive solution for, whatever. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, really awesome. So we've got the Evening at the Barn event. Talk to me a little bit about this.
Yeah. This came about just because we really want to interact with our wish families and community members in the 18 counties that we personally get to interact with, as well as our chapter serves the 45 that we get to serve. So we have our small office that we get to serve so many people, and we just want to interact with them as much as possible. So this is a family-friendly, free event where we've invited wish families in the area who are super excited to gather together with other wish families, as well as the community members who have supported them, sponsored them, given them the opportunity to experience their wish, and just invite them all out to enjoy the mission of Make-A-Wish together and have a fun evening at one of our favorite venues down here. And just enjoy community at the same time.
I was going to ask you, like, after the wish, like, what happens? You know what I mean? Like, I love that there's, like, this whole, like, after, like, you're going to make this connection, and it's sort of like a sorority coming together, right? Isn't that kind of like everybody bands together, and, like, this was their wish, and you kind of exchange things. What other, like, can they ever get 2 wishes? Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, we do limit it to 1, just to make sure that our resources are spread fairly across. There's a lot of kids waiting on their wishes, and a lot more, unfortunately, that will come in. On any given year, there's hundreds of kids in our area that are diagnosed with their critical illness. But we have an alumni community. So we have, staff members that keep in touch with all of our families.
Cool.
And on it, it's their preference. So does a family want to be a part of it or not? Everyone's got busy lives. And so we respect their privacy if they're, not willing to share their testimony because it might be a little bit difficult. But we have other amazing families who are like, hey, can I come to one of your fundraising events and talk to the donors? Like, I want to tell them how amazing this was and how they impacted my family. So we do events throughout the year where we give them the opportunity to speak on that. We have them come into places like this where they get to share their stories on a larger platform. And then these gatherings that we can have them be a part of together too.
Really exciting. And it's got to be powerful to hear from some of those families in their own words about how this has affected their lives.
Yeah.
Chris, what does this mean to you to kind of bring an event like this to your home turf?
It's another honor.
Yeah.
My wife and I love using the barn for these kind of reasons. and giving more exposure to great organizations that are helping our community. So it's another honor that we have. I love that Make-A-Wish is doing it for free. And I want to reiterate that to people, because when I posted it online, it was a lot of questions, even though I said it's free, a lot of questions asking how much it was. But this is free. It's going to be catered. It'll be a very nice event, but it's about learning more about Make-A-Wish. And even if you know about Make-A-Wish, still come out and support and learn what the local chapter here is doing, because like they mentioned, there's 50 some odd chapters, but this is our Northeast Florida, right, Northern Florida chapter. So come out and see what they're doing. And the support needs to be continual, because like they mentioned, unfortunately, we're going to continue seeing kids that end up with bad things that they're dealing with. Yeah. And Make-A-Wish, if I remember, it's somewhere around $7,000-8,000 on average to give a wish to a kid. Wow. So it's not inexpensive. Some people might say, well, that's too much money. Why would you give that to them? Your kid's not in that position. Right. And thank God, right? But if they were, you would appreciate that grace. 100 million, it might be $100 million.
You'll never forget that for your entire life.
So $8,000, if that's what's appropriate to give their wish, and not just a little wish, a big wish.
Yeah. Right.
Then we need to do that. And but that's not a small ticket. So they need continual support. So I'm really hoping we fill the barn. There's gonna be a lot of love out there, and it'll be beautiful. So come out.
How many wishes are there open right now?
This year our goal is to grant 425, and that's just in our central northern Florida territory that we cover. But across the country, I mean, there's 15,000 a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're working to fund those wishes right now, and then that number continues to grow annually. So we have about 500 kids waiting in our area.
That's amazing.
And y'all go to all lengths to grant wishes. I mean, we talked about, there have got to be some tough wishes, like going to space. I'm sure that's a pretty common wish, and that's tough to grant. So, but you guys get really creative in making sure you can grant as many wishes as possible.
Yeah, we have a really amazing team of staff that work really hard with community partners to figure out, how can we get this kid to go to space, whatever that looks like, right. Virtual reality and opportunities with some partners like Kennedy Space Center. It's very rare that we say no to a wish. Yeah. Obviously if it's not medically appropriate, then that would be a scenario where that happens. But even something really small, we try to make big. I'll never forget the very first wish that I experienced when I started here was a little boy wanted to be an ice cream man for a day. Oh, wow. So we got, a truck where he got to serve ice cream. Everyone in his neighborhood came out. We had some companies come out, and he just served ice cream for hours. And it was like the best thing this kid's ever done. So something so small can be so meaningful.
Y'all gonna make me cry. Yeah. That's so special. Oh,
that's amazing.
What about, really, do you have a memorable wish?
We recently just had a wish for a kid who wanted to be a fighter pilot for a day. I grew up in a military family, so getting to share that with somebody is really close to my heart as well. And he got his own flight suit. He had aviators that he literally did not take off for the whole day. And that community of pilots, whether they were personally involved in the wish or were just stopping by because this was their job, stayed and hung out with this family and still message me that they want to do more. They want to be involved. They want to be a part of our events. And so that's my favorite part of my job, is not only seeing the impact on that day, but then I get to follow up and see the impact for years to come.
I love that. So, that is so cool.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
So just be aware if you do come in the barn. It's contagious.
I mean, and I bet it's life-changing. And like we talked about before, perspective shifting. Yeah. Which is powerful. So what are some of the big needs of Make-A-Wish right now? What are you guys really always asking for? What are you always in need of to help make these kids' wishes come true?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously funding is always a priority, like Chris mentioned. Beyond that though, sometimes it's just getting somebody with that expertise of how can we make this wish huge, when this boy was like, I want to be a fighter pilot for the day. Well, how can we make him be a fighter pilot? So we need all those connections in to, get in with the Air Force. There's some legality sometimes involved. We've had a few that Chris has helped with that, we might have kids in wheelchairs that want to be able to go outside in their backyard. So how can we get concrete in their yard so that they can wheel outside, or ramps for their homes? We raise the money, but we sometimes need help spending it or getting the partners who can help us get those accessible things. There's permitting involved in certain backyard renovations and things like that. So we're always looking for skill sets like that we can lean on as these wishes come up, because again, we don't want to hold back. We want to be able to do it bigger and bigger. And so we need more people in our network to be able to do that. And then the other thing would be just sharing with the community that if you know a child with a critical illness, that they're eligible for a wish. And so we want to make sure that all of the children are reached.
Is that application process? What does that look like?
It's online. Everything is online. Yeah. So we can share the link with that. And, if you have a neighbor that has a child, they can, refer the neighbor in, and then we can, have our team look into that a little bit more to see the qualifications. But just spreading that mission and letting people know that we're here and that we're a resource for them during their hard time.
I heard that there was a wish here in St. John or St. Augustine, actually, right? Didn't you guys say that when we were before the show started, that there was a wish of pirates of some sort?
Yeah, St. Augustine.
Good place for it.
St. Augustine is a big destination. So part of being a part of the large Make-A-Wish network, that's the national reach, is that there's a lot of kids who want to come to Florida. And so we're lucky enough where we get to be in a chapter that gets to help kids get here. So once they come here, we can help, give them the best experience possible here. And there was a boy who came and wanted to be a pirate for a day, and he picked St. Augustine to do it.
I love that. That is so cool.
Awesome.
Well, I will say we're not astronauts or fighter pilots or pirates, but if a kid ever wants to be a podcaster or a newsman for a day, seriously, I think that would be so fun. We'll open our studio, we'll let them use the equipment, and
fun.
We'll record a show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Can I play radio host for a second? How do we get people to follow along Make-A-Wish so that when you do need that resource of, we need to get in to figure out how to make this kid a fighter pilot or whatever it is, how is that through the Facebook website, or can they go on and register on the website and then you start sending emails? How does that look?
Yeah, so they can definitely get on our email list. We have some newsletters that we send out. We have a local advisory board, so they're pretty connected into the community. So we're always open to people being involved in that volunteer capacity where we can lean on them. We lean on some of our donors, such as Chris, who's connected in his industry and has people who might be able to help us with those areas. So really just getting on our radar, which is what we do events at Tringali Barn. Those are some of the purpose of those events, is to be able to, exchange business cards and just get to know people. And hey, you may not have $8,000 to give, but you might know somebody who owns some concrete that can help pour it,
Tractor company or something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of it is our newsletters. So there's a few different ways.
Are there wishes that are too big or too small? Like how do you rally through those?
There's no such thing. We make it work.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And y'all just granted your 7,000th wish here in this area, right?
Yes.
Wow. What was that? What did that look like?
So his name was Cooper, and he's 5, and his wish was to be a superhero for a day.
Oh,
so
that's a big
That's a big wish.
Big ass.
So kind of back to that, no wish is too big, no wish is too small. And this one just blew up. And so he was tracking the Florida Bandit, who stole things in Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and he was making his way to Orlando. And when he got to Orlando, Cooper trapped him at Legoland. So this was a really cool community wish to see. The local law enforcement came out to help him track this Florida Bandit down and arrest him and put him away for good.
I mean, we're talking full costume here, like
full mask. He had a cape.
I love that.
And then him and his family enjoyed a day at Legoland as his reward for tracking down the Florida Bandit and capturing him.
So cool.
And so now this family has pictures forever of Cooper as a superhero, not Cooper as a sick kid. And so that was really cool to just see, again, such a large community opportunity for people to come and see a kid have an impactful day that now he can carry on and his family can carry on, instead of the memories that maybe they have of Cooper as a sick kid.
Y'all are living angels. This is amazing. What an amazing job. That is so
now we
cool.
have it's probably like this tall. It's a Lego of Super Cooper.
Oh, Super Cooper!
It's in our office. It's really cute. Yeah.
Cute.
Yes.
I love it. And what a great place to trap a criminal. You throw some Legos on the ground, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, step on one, you're done.
That's right. Well, that's really cool. So give me dates. The event's coming up this weekend, right? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
5:30 to 7:30 at Tringali Barn. There will be live music. There will be activities for kids, yard games outside. We have a really great bar menu, food, and just activities to come and hang out and enjoy a nice spring evening.
Not just food. I'm seeing barbecue on this list. Is that true? You guys are like, that is a mover in this town. Yes.
I'm working on it. There's going to be a mix.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, there's going to be a mix. So yes, barbecue just entices people to enjoy the evening with us.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
there's going to
good,
be a mix. Yeah.
The bar and the barbecue is what gets me there.
I'm with
I
you.
knew that'd be a good plug.
Yes.
Well, very cool. And where can people go to find out more information about this event?
So Chris's Facebook is a great opportunity.
Okay.
But we also share it out on our socials, as well as we've reached out to the local community members, and it'll be posted on our socials that they can just come and show up. We just say that RSVP is welcomed but not required to attend, just so we make sure we're feeding you whenever you show up. But definitely, if you just know about it and you want to swing by, we would welcome that with full arms.
I'll put a link in comments for everybody to start
Wonderful.
following y'all.
Thank
This is so
you. Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you all so much for what you do.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring. It's so great. I mean, you are literally changing lives for the better every single day. I mean, it's amazing.
Not just
And
for the wisher, but for the family too.
I know.
I mean, it's just amazing.
For just entire groups of people. And Chris, thank you for getting involved, helping put this on our radar and throwing this event, man. It's
Thank you guys
amazing.
as always. And thank you, ladies, for the amazing work you do. You should be very proud of what you do.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
you should.
We couldn't do it without any of you, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And give us the website one more time so people can go out there and keep up with you guys.
Yes, our website is wish.org/CNFL, Central Northern Florida.
Okay.
And then the Facebook handle is a little bit longer, so we'll send that to you guys.
I love it. I got it.
You can drop it in comments. Very good. Alyssa, Jacqueline, Chris, thank you all so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, that's so inspiring.
Wow, we met new friends today. This is great.
If you can turn somebody into a superhero for a day, you can do anything.
The
You know?
stories,
It's,
I mean,
it's amazing.
so rewarding, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very awesome, man. Yeah, I hope a kid wants to be a podcaster out there.
Yeah, I know you put
Let's
that
hope
out there. I was like,
yeah.
all right.
But I don't know. It's way more boring than being a superhero or an astronaut.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, no.
All right, man. Well, hey, if you want to see some sights and sounds and experience St. Augustine, you can do that with our friends at Old Town Trolley. And hey, if you're a St. Johns County resident, you're always going to tour free when you're accompanied by a full fare adult paid guest. To take advantourage of that incredible offer, just sign up for your hometown pass today. You can do that at where else? hometownpass.com. And like I said, when you bring a friend that's paying for their ticket, you're going to ride free all day long. It's a great deal from our friends at Old Town Trolley. They're the green trains. We love them, and you will too.
And we love Steve Chapman's All-American Air. For 45 years, they've been serving St. Augustine and its surrounding counties, including St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam. Their areas of expertise include warranty and non-warranty service work on all makes and models of AC units. They also have the world-famous preventative maintenance service agreements. I can't stress that enough. New construction installations and equipment replacement with high-efficiency systems. From the most efficient Lennox home systems to the iComfort Ultra Smart thermostat, they've got it all right there for you. Give them a buzz today, 904-461-0070.
Then, of course, our great friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar. I just saw on the calendar we've got Irving coming back in soon.
Very excited. Well, he heard you ask the other day.
Yeah.
He was like, well, when am I coming? I have Easter wines to be discussed with you boys. I was like, yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah, very
there
good.
you go. It's like sending up the bat signal. You just mentioned Irving's name, and he's like, wine? Where can I educate people? I love it. Hey, follow the bat signal out there to Bin 39 right on the Orange Street side of St. George Street. They're open 8 to 8 daily. They've always got live music out there on the patio, and you're going to find your new favorite wine out there at Bin 39. Give them a call, see what they got in store for you. 904-827-5740. Horoscope time.
Alrighty.
Yeah. It's always weird when we have inspiring guests to go from the heights that we make it to up into
Slam down.
right down into hell. Yeah. All right. Libra and Aquarius on deck today. Let's get this rolling, Clay. All right. Libra. Oof. Your indecision reaches new heights as you spend hours deciding whether to be pessimistic or just outright nihilistic. Oh, not great options there. Spoiler, you'll end up choosing both.
Oh, my.
I guess that's a good compromise. Aquarius, your innovative ideas will be misunderstood. Like inventing a solar-powered flashlight.
Wow. Yeah, this makes much sense. Yeah.
Ahead of your time or out of your mind.
It's Aquarius. Yeah. Hey, mark your calendar, Porkapalooza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2024 is coming up Saturday, March 30th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This is happening, the event by St. Augustine South Improvement Association.
Okay.
Mark your calendar for Spring Festival and Barbecue Competition, Saturday, March 30th from 12 to 7. They'll have several food trucks battling for the right to be crowned the winner of the barbecue competition. They'll have egg hunts, face painting, arts and crafts, activities for the kids. Whiskey Jones will be performing their classic rock and roll from 3 to 7. See you at the clubhouse on Royal Road. Yeah, check that out. Porkapalooza. Just like saying that. It's fun.
Yeah, great place to have it, too.
Yeah. Oh, man, here it comes. Paper Cut Live.
Hey, I know you're going to this one.
Cannot wait. Finally, I get to go Friday, April 5th from 7 to 10:30 p.m. Paper Cut Live at the Colonial Oak Music Park. 7 p.m. doors. 7:30 there'll be a DJ. 8:30 the show. This is for 18 and older. Pre-sale tickets are available daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Panama Hat Company. $25 cash only, but you gotta go check out the world famous Paper Cut.
Yeah, man. Very exciting. Everybody loves a paper cut show.
Yeah. Hey, Matanzas Riverkeeper just announced they have an Oyster Creek cleanup happening Tuesday, April 16th. Join them for April 16th from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. as they gather for a community cleanup event at Oyster Creek. Parking will be available along the Lewis Boulevard off of US 1. RSVP to help them plan accordingly, so you can check them out. I'll put link in comments for everybody, Matanzas Riverkeeper. But remember to dress in long sleeves and closed-toed shoes. Waterproof shoes are recommended. Bring gloves, bug repellent, sun protection, and a refillable water bottle. Again, this was happening over on Oyster Creek.
All right. Very good thing to do. Make plans to do that. Also make plans for April 27th, the Love Your Mother Eco Fashion Show, hosted and emceed by our very own Davey Hartzell. I know you're looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to this as well. Changed my whole perspective on fashion shows going out there a few years back. A whole lot of fun at Blue Water Jewelers, and they're doing it again at Blue Water, which is going to be very, very exciting. You can get your tickets. They are available now, and I would say follow them on social media to keep up with it and see all the great pictures and really start to get yourself in the zone for the Love Your Mother Eco Fashion Show presented by our friends at Panache.
Yes.
Because they not only care about you and beautifying you and making you feel good, but they care about beautifying our environment and making our environment the best it can be for everybody, not only in our area, but around the world. Very inspiring.
Yes, sir.
Go to getpanache.com for more information.
You know who else is inspiring is the St. Johns County United Way. They empower children to succeed in school, and they provide vital resources for families in crisis. The United Way is at the forefront of change. By investing in education, health, and financial stability of every person in our community, they're growing a stronger, more resilient community for all. Check them out today. Volunteer your time. They need your passion. UnitedWay-SJC.org.
All right, what do you got in store for us here?
All right, cursed images that get weirder the more that we go through this here.
Okay.
All right, this first one, now that is Christmas spirit here. Yeah.
How does this even happen, Davey?
I don't
How
know.
do you not just get immediately in the house and say, oh, wait, this is way too massive for our house?
I thought for sure you were going to call this picture out and be like, I think that's an addition on top of the house as a joke.
You know what? Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Oh, maybe it is.
Could be funny, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Next up, I thought these were the Fry Guys, but wow, that's strange, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Marketing by McDonald's. They don't need to do that. Everybody knows they have good fries.
Right, they don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Next up, I swear, officer, I only had one sippy cup.
What else was mixed in with that high C?
Right, pulled over. Next up, Pennywise striking again. Yeah.
Oh boy.
What are we doing?
I hope that's Photoshop.
I hope so. Next up, Laundry Day.
Oh,
Wow, yeah.
those are the grannies.
A lot of shade.
Jeez.
Lot of shade.
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood smells weird.
Next up, well, no worries.
I've got some worries about
apparently.
this picture.
What does BOAT stand for? About another 1,000. Yeah. Next up, this is the way to work out. Here we go. New
that's not accomplishing anything.
New class. I'll be instructing this one now
The
on
seated
Saturday nights.
treadmill.
Next up, safety first, Buckethead.
I don't think that's OSHA approved.
I don't think so either.
that's
I feel
real
like that's
safety.
more of a hazard. Next up, America.
In Florida.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, we
right
should.
there.
Hey, man, I'm going to see if anybody wants to get married like that at the Florida Man Games.
I think it's
next year.
a wonderful idea.
Probably.
Absolutely. Next up, I mean, I'm not sure if this is working as birth control, but that is an interesting.
Jeez,
Yeah.
There's why does it kind of look like that thong is a tattoo on that guy?
I don't know. It looks like the Longhorns or something. Ooh, golly, get a grip, Circle K. Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting together a great show. Very
sir.
much appreciated. Clay pressing all the buttons back there, and you guys out there for watching. Of course, Alyssa and Jacqueline and Chris Shee. Thank y'all for coming in. And hey, we will see you guys in the morning.
Bye, everybody.